Madam Speaker, in keeping in line with my resolve to strictly speak about the facts and that surround this matter, I'm surprised why was this adjournment motion admitted in the first place. And I'd like to refer to Rule 88 of Rules of Procedure, and I quote Sub-Rule G. It shall not contain arguments, inferences, ironical expressions, or defamatory statements. And Sub-Rule K, it shall not deal with a hypothetical case. The adjournment motion, which is so widely based and such a generalized statement where you're saying the federal government has not given priority to the NFC, is an assumption, and it's a hypothetical case. Madam Speaker, I may be mistaken, but the rules are clear that simple assumptions cannot provision for such extensive debates. Just to apprise the House of the facts, 20th August, the Federal Minister takes oath. 20th August. The same day, the Secretary of Finance is instructed to start work on the NFC Commission. This is 20th August. So again, the assumption that nothing was done is based on nothing but drama. 3rd September, Finance Minister issues letters to provincial finance ministers for nominations of non-statutory members. This is a fact. It's on record. So again, to say that nothing was done. 3 months were wasted. We heard a very fiery speech, a lot of drama, a great performance from this side. But if it was so difficult to digest, then why did you waste 3 months just to give one name? 3 months for one reminder. 3 reminders were given for one name. 28 December, finally the name is given from the Sindh Federal Minister. Finance Minister. And on 11th Jan, the Finance Commission has been notified and members have been nominated. So a lot of work has already gone by. A lot of work has been done. So to claim that nothing has been done doesn't make sense. And I think the adjournment motion should be dismissed based on the fact that it is a hypothetical case. Madam Speaker, we are all aware of the fact that the NFC award is long overdue. And the previous government was unable to achieve what the previous government was unable to achieve in 1.5 to 2 years. This government was able to do so in months. Madam Speaker, we should also understand that the fact that this is not some ordinary calculation. We need to come up with a consensus between the provinces and federal, and it is an ever cumbersome process. One should also understand that the current demands of the provinces is an increase of the NFC against the dwindling reserves and collapsing economy is a difficult equation to balance. Yet the current government has been able to initiate a process that demands a whole different level of conviction. Madam Speaker, I feel responsible to mention the efforts that are on record and have been spoken about by the Federal Finance Minister Asad Omer in the National Assembly. I also, like my fellow partymen, can go on doing a counter and talk about the PFC that is long overdue since 2006, in which case I think PFC should, I think, stand for poor financial credibility. But I will refrain from going into these arguments because it's counterproductive, and I will like to keep my arguments or my speech based on facts so that we can actually have some work done for a change. It's a lengthy process where provinces should have to go into extensive deliberation and federal would need to show some responsibility, which I also agree with. I completely endorse the fact that our provinces' needs are growing and hence we need a greater share in the NFC. But likewise, I'm also an advocate of accountability and have already submitted my recommendations in the form of resolutions. I hence would appreciate that this adjournment is either taken down or only carried in light of facts and not assumptions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Mr. Qamar Khan Isran.
Thank
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Before starting my speech, I'd like to tell my colleague, Mr. Omer, that I think we were about to teach them how to do governance as well, but I think I need to teach him about the rules and procedure as well before he made his speech in English.